A difficult beginning. The story of Steve and Ceycey. Steve and his 8-year-old sister, Ceycey's lives were turned upside down when their parents tragically died in an accident. With no other relatives, they were taken into state care and placed in separate orphanages. One day, he couldn't take it anymore. Escaped from the orphanage and decided to find his sister. When he found Ceycey, he was devastated by what he saw. His sister was unhappy and being mistreated by her foster family. Without a second thought, he ran away with Ceycey. Ceycey was so traumatized that even a falling leaf made her jump. Though Steve was heartbroken by her condition, his heart was also filled with joy at being reunited with his sister. When he heard about the abduction, he investigated Steve and Ceycey and was deeply saddened by their situation. The situation was back to square one. Ceycey cried out for her brother every night in her sleep, and Steve cried for his sister. After 4 days like this, Officer Allen decided to visit the children. When he saw them, he remembered his own childhood, the days he was left alone at a very young age, and burst into tears. With a sudden decision, he decided to become the children's parent. He quickly completed the official procedures, picked up Ceycey, and went to the orphanage where her brother was staying. Shortly after, the children went to the given address. Officer Allen arrived and explained the situation, telling them not to be afraid. He gave them snacks he had brought and arranged a comfortable place for them to stay. He ran and hugged Allen, then hugged his sister so tightly that Allen also couldn't see through his tears. Since he was now officially Ceycey's legal guardian, it wasn't difficult for him to take her brother in as well. For Steve and Ceycey, there was now a perfect life and a perfect father. Together, the three of them left the pains of the past behind and started a new life, filled with love and hope. Steve and Ceycey had finally found a real family. The next day, he reported that he had found the children and that the older brother had taken his little sister. They went to the police station together. This separation was unbearable for both siblings. Steve, in particular, deeply felt the pain of being apart from his little sister. After a while, Ceycey was adopted by a foster family. However, Steve couldn't visit his sister or even get news about her. A glimmer of hope in the darkness. Meanwhile, Ceycey's foster family had already called the police. However, Police Officer Allen knew the foster family and was aware that the little girl was unhappy with him. Being their next-door neighbor, he was secretly glad Ceycey had escaped. Hearing the police siren, Steve tried to leave with his sister, but Officer Allen caught them at the exit. While his partner looked the other way, he slipped an address into the children's hands and said, "Wait for me here, and don't talk to anyone." It was dark, and they had nowhere to stay. Steve hugged the trembling Ceycey tightly and whispered, "Don't be afraid. We'll get through this. I'm with you." Ceycey was scared, but her brother's courage gave her strength. The little girl asked, "Brother, why did Mom and Dad leave us?" Steve replied, "They didn't leave us, my dear sister. If they had, they wouldn't have sent me to find you." Indeed, Steve had repeatedly dreamed of his mother telling him to find and protect Ceycey. As the weather grew darker, a heavy rain started, forcing the two siblings to take shelter in a train station. Shared destiny and a new beginning. It turned out that Police Officer Allen had experienced a similar fate, having also grown up in an orphanage. After the court hearing, the judge found the foster family guilty and sent the girl back to the orphanage. A family is born exhausted from sadness. Steve forgot how to speak when he saw his sister Ceycey and the big-hearted Officer Allen in front of him.